So this morning, we had a very good news around the world. There's a huge penetration of renewables into the globally, into their grid. You know, some countries have a huge potential and then they already developed and then under development. So how do you summarize this global trend of expansion of renewables?
I think what is so exciting for someone like me who's been an advocate of renewables for a very long time is that there is a growth in the world, I think, of seeing is believing. We're at the point now where so many people are seeing renewables work well, and also seeing the price come down because there's so much being manufactured and installed that we're at a very exciting takeoff point. The other thing that's very important in all this is that the energy incumbency, fossil fuels and nuclear, they have huge problems of their own in the world at the same time as renewables are growing. And we're seeing the coal industry essentially in terminal decline. We're seeing the oil and gas industry suffering dreadfully with low prices that aren't high enough for companies to invest. And of course, we're seeing policymakers finally with the Paris Agreement taking climate change seriously and turning that into real effective policy teeth in multiple countries.
Thank you very much. So Lee, what do you think, what is the element behind, why this trend occurs?
I think we've been slowly building up manufacturing capability in the world, and as you compound that growth, what you find is you get economies of scale in manufacturing. So our costs are going down, generally speaking, in the clean energy industries. And this is making us competitive with the energy incumbency technologies. Solar photovoltaics, for example, when we get down to about $40 a megawatt hour, nobody will build anything apart from solar because it'll be the cheapest. And that's coming. It's coming in multiple countries in just a few years. So it's a very, very exciting time for renewables, perhaps solar in particular.
What is needed for making this trend, like a kind of policy framework or technology innovations? What do you think?
My view is that we just need more of what we have at the moment. We're seeing a revolution unfold. We need it actually to go a little bit faster than it is at the moment because of the imperative of dealing with climate change. But if people maintain course, if policymakers keep deploying the policies that we've seen them introduce in recent years, if they keep on track to deal with their commitments in the Paris Agreement, if civil society actors, companies, citizen groups and all the rest keep doing what they're doing, and if financiers listen to the regulators who are beginning to speak out about climate risk, then potentially we have a very good news scenario evolving. I think of it as a renaissance scenario.
Okay, so this is a final question. So do you have any recommendation for Japan to boost renewables?
I think many countries in the world are suffering from incumbency interests pushing back against this revolution that's unfolding. So this is particularly a uniquely Japanese problem, but here in this country there are energy utilities that are wedded to the 20th century teaching, 20th century technologies, and they are holding back Japan's engagement and involvement in this revolution that is unfolding on a global basis. So ideally for Japan, we need those companies to be persuaded to change, or for people within those companies to see what's happening in other countries around the world and unilaterally decide that it's time for them to change in the way that other utilities around the world have started to do.
Okay, thank you very much.